stories video. So I have about 3 stories here, and I'll probably tell you guys a story from one of my jobs. Alright. So I have 3 stories here. Let's start with a short one. Alright, so this one is from Tales from Retail. And the title says, "Too Purpley," in quotation marks. So let's read and see what the story has to offer. So I worked at one of those really big home improvement stores, and we had a giant paint department. I worked in paint for a while there, and there was nothing worse than the yoga mom turned designer influencer customer. One day, this one comes in and orders 2 gallons of paint, same color. She gave me a chip that was actually one of our chips, so I didn't have to try and shoot it. I mixed the paint, put the sample on the cover, hit it with the heat gun so she could verify the color, and off she goes. A week later, she returns with the cans, both opened, well used. She starts yelling at me that I mixed it too purpley, and it ruined her shoot. I told her I mixed it according to the code on the chip. I called the manager over, and she starts ranting and insulting my intelligence, saying I must be a loser who can't read to be mixing paint for a living. I was super peeved when my manager gave her 2 free cans of paint. He then said it's not worth the bite. So, this is a good start here, because I always hate those freaking customers that are like, oh, this is not what I wanted, even though this is exactly what they wanted. Like, whenever I worked at either Baja Fresh or Burger King, a customer would ask for a very, very specific type of food, and we would give it to them, and they said, oh, they didn't like it. It's just like, we made it to your exact qualifications, and you still think it's not good, then there must be something wrong with you. And like, this lady, she's like, oh, it wasn't purple enough. Like, why did you want purple if you thought it was too purpley? Like, what kind of purple did you want? Did you want like a dark eggplant, or a light like lavender, or something like that? Like, purple comes in many different shades, and and like, you are not like, you aren't like helping by not being able to be more specific, but not in like a weirdly specific way. Like, and also, don't people like, I know this is at Home Depot, so my parents got paint from Home Depot, and they put a little like glob of paint on the paint can. So like, why didn't the lady see that the purple was not up to her standards? Why did she look at it like before? Why did she like go to the trouble of like probably painting like a whole wall or something, or a couple walls, or whatever she was painting, and then be like, oh, I don't like this color? Like, why didn't you like look at the color before you left the store in the first place? And also the freaking manager, like, thankfully I haven't had a lot of managers be like super like, customer like is always right, but like at Baja Fresh, like my manager, he would always like to make the customers as happy as possible, but sometimes the customer is not always right. So like, yeah, like Baja Fresh was at my college, so I didn't deal with like too many like rude customers. But like, yeah, like there was this one time, it was the assistant manager, and I had a customer, like a couple, come in, and they had a bunch of gift cards, and they were like $6 short, and my assistant manager was like, oh, I'll just give you the rest for free. And I'm like, Why are you giving, like, yeah, maybe if it was like a couple cents, but like $6 whole worth of food, like, I understand, but like, maybe I don't really understand, but I guess, but it was just like, that isn't really that, like, good. Like, maybe if it was like, oh, maybe like 10 cents, I would be fine with that, but like, $6 whole, yeah, that's like a whole, like, that's like, oh, like, a good amount of food. Well, not a good amount of food, but like, sorry, I took a nap before this, so I'm like really tired. So, I feel like you're setting some weird precedent here, and that's why, like, this one kind of gets me a little bit. Alright, so, let's see. Oh, let's do this one. This one's another short one. Okay, so this one is fine then. I'll just take paternity leave. This is paternity, not maternity, so this is a father. So, many years ago, I was a sales manager for now defunct Circuit City. My wife and I were expecting our first child. This was in 1999. Ooh, a year before I was born. Or a year after. Yes, a year before, because I was born in 2000. My wife was leaving her place of employment as she was planning on staying home with our daughter when she was born. Being our first child, I wanted to be home for a little while at the beginning, as I was talking to my store manager to arrange having some time off when my daughter was born. I asked for a week off. I was met with opposition and told I could only have 2 days off because we don't have extra management coverage, yet we somehow cover people's vacations. This was absolutely ridiculous, and luckily I had done my homework. This was the FMLA, the Family Medical Leave Act law, is the way the FMLA, Family Medical Leave Act law, is written. The person can take up to 12 weeks of maternity and paternity leave, and their job is guaranteed to be waiting for them when they return. I believe this meant to be combined with the parents, but since my wife was leaving her job permanently and not taking maternity leave, that left 12 weeks available for me to take. Paternity leave is rarely ever done because it is most often unpaid leave. I, however, had plenty of PTO saved up, vacation, and sick time. So I informed the store manager that I would be filing for paternity leave under FMLA and would in fact be taking 12 weeks off and would be using the saved PTO to cover my income. He tried to argue with me, but I told him he should probably contact HR. He returned leave. Later that day, sheepishly asked me if I would accept the week I originally asked for. I told him that I would accept 2 weeks or 12, and that choice was his. I ended up with 2 weeks, and the store manager learned that though I was young at the time, I wasn't going to be pushed around, and that reasonable request should be reasonably accepted. So, there's like this whole thing, like, in a lot of countries, like, they get so much more PTO and so much, like, maternity and paternity leave. I don't know, but I feel like 6 weeks is like, so they said in FMLA that each parent gets 6 weeks, combining 12 weeks. But that's like, 6 weeks is not a lot of time. I don't know if this is true for any of my like international viewers. Let me know if you know like anything about the PTO laws where you are at. But I feel like a lot of places get at least like maybe like 3 months to like half a year. And some places even like encourage or even force you to take your PTO because like if people are working too long and all that, and then there's a lot of like things about 4-day work weeks and 3-day weekends and all that stuff, and like PTO and all that stuff that doesn't really exist in the US unless you're like a really like small startup company or like a company that is like very more progressive, like a lot more progressive companies, but especially with just like huge corporations, they don't do that. And like there is a TikToker, I believe, that she does like a lot of like really good financial stuff. Like she said she like was able to get a house for pretty cheap in LA and all that stuff. stuff. And it's just like, she is really, really good. And she was talking about, like, she always talks about, like, PTO and stuff. And it's just like, I don't understand, like, why the US such, like, it's touted as being an extremely developed country and being one of the richest countries in the world. We can't even give our workers, like, decent PTO, decent maternity and paternity leave. The M and, like, also my tongue, like, for some reason, like, hurts. And it feels like, do you ever get that thing where your tongue feels like it's too big for your mouth? It's not like an allergic reaction, it just feels like my tongue is too big for my mouth. But yeah, it's just like, it's annoying. Like, I have, like, all the jobs I had never had really, like, PTO or anything like that. Yeah, I never worked, like, a job that had, like, PTO, and, I never, like, I'm not really gonna be using paternity leave because I'm not really planning on having any kids, and, like, I'm still pretty young, but, like, yeah, it's just really annoying having, like, people, like, or just, like, the US not being able to, like, give their workers, like, a nice way of life. But yeah, that's like another, like, big conversation for another day that I don't have the time for. But yeah, alright, so this one I have a little bit of, like, experience with. So this one is also from Tales from Retail, and this one is called Customer Demanded Cash Refund from a Gift Card. Alright, this one says, I've seen a lot of crazy people, but this one was one of my favorites. I used to manage a popular sporting goods store. One day, a customer bought a tent. The cashier who sold it to her texted me that night saying she was acting really sketchy and paid with a gift card from the same kind of tent she had just returned. She would come back a few days later asking for a refund. Sure, no big deal. I just need her receipt. She doesn't have it. I asked for the credit or debit card. After dodging the question several times, she admits that she paid with a gift card. Again, no big deal. I can just put it on a gift card. This is where all hell breaks loose. She starts raising her voice, saying that this is the second tent she purchased from us that didn't work. Could not explain how, and that because her son had a football practice over the weekend, she had to purchase a third tent from another retailer, and she wanted me to cash out her purchase to make up for what she spent at the other store. I told her absolutely not, and she gets mad and tries to do a third exchange. I told her we can't do that. She obviously trying to receipt launder. She already bought 2 tents, return them damaged, and try again every time. Loses her receipt because she's hoping the cashier doesn't notice and will give cash or return to a credit card. Our system doesn't work that way, and after several exchanges we'll only offer a gift card and a manage override. Can't get past that. She tried everything. Blame us for selling faulty tents, blame the cashier for not doing the first return right. Call corporate demanded me to get fired because I wouldn't honor a gift card cash value, and even asked me what time I leave the store so she can try again later. She refused to get out of line and started spewing nonsense about the US law from the 60s that apparently magically said that gift cards are a legal tender, and I had to reimburse her for her troubles. I explained multiple times that no one forced her to purchase a third tent from another retailer, and that there was no zero option for me to give her cash. And then with a perfectly dead serious expression asked why I couldn't just pull from the register and write it down that I refunded her, like, on a piece of paper. I calmly told her that is illegal, would get me fired, and she can't get cash from a gift card, and that unless she had any other business, we would have to take care of other customers. She refused to get out of line and started being aggressive to us. I called the cops in front of her, and she would stay inside for a little longer until eventually she left fuming. Eventually the cops showed up and made sure she left the parking lot to not harass us anymore. She never got a refund, and she did leave a really nice review saying, "I didn't know the laws of this country. LOL." I think I've noticed that my whole head was out of the frame. So yeah. So I've never had like this experience yet where someone tried to get something out of a gift card, because like this is the first time I ever worked in retail and like returns and stuff. Like I've been working returns. So here's what happened. So I have a story and I want to tell you guys. So this literally happened like Friday. So this either happened like Friday or Thursday. I think it was Friday. So I was working returns, and my store, we do Amazon returns. And I don't know if I'm just like reaching here or something like that, but this duo of ladies came in and brought like 3 like big Amazon boxes full of nothing but returns from Amazon, and everything looked pristine, like it was never touched. And I'm guessing you probably can guess from the store, my store, but I'll just say it now. I work at Kohl's. So Kohl's does Amazon returns, and Kohl's when you do an Amazon return, you get a big like paper that says like, oh, you get a 20% off coupon from Kohl's, and you have a little return confirmation on the bottom. These ladies had about like 25 returns. So yeah, I'm thinking like around 20 returns, like from 3 like huge boxes of returns, everything in like pristine condition. Like they had even like a sheet of like price stickers that looked like they weren't even touched, 2 different headphones that looked like they weren't even used, the boxes didn't even look opened. And I feel like these ladies, like I think they got like a refund too, I don't know, but these ladies got like so many 20% off coupons from Kohl's, because like Kohl's can like if you work like the right like prices and stuff, you can get a lot of really good deals from Kohl's. And like even that 20% off coupon is really good, because you can use it the same day with the same purchase, with same day, and you can you can use it same day and put it on top of a lot of other things, but you can't use it with legacy items, which I believe is like Nike, Under Armour, like a lot of like those like really big brands. Sorry, I was picking my ear, and I was like, something's not really sitting right with me, because like, why are they returning so many things? And like they were getting so many coupons and stuff, and like I don't know if like I'm just judging, but I feel like they just did all those returns so they can get a bunch of free coupons, because like they got a whole like stack of coupons, like 20% off coupons to Kohl's. So yeah, I don't know if that's just me being judgmental or something like that, but let me know, you guys, if you think that is also weird. But yeah, Kohl's returns is a lot, especially Amazon returns. And maybe I will do an actual video of me talking about me working at Kohl's now that I have let the air out of what job I've been working at. I'm working at Kohl's, but I won't tell you where, because that is my business. But yeah, I am working at Kohl's. It's been fine. We even started doing self-checkout, and that has been a weird experience. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow my Instagram down at Stupidly Do, and also follow my makeup Instagram, because I'm planning on uploading some more stuff soon. I kind of like put it on the back burner because I haven't been really